Hi, I am Gigi, an ex-Amazon bar raiser here at Day One Careers. So, Amazon interview, can you push it back? We have candidates popping up on LinkedIn, Discord, and on YouTube all of the time who have just realized just how much preparation an Amazon interview takes. They want to know, for their Amazon interview, can they push it back? And what the implications of that might be. So, as always, if I'm asked a question enough, it makes sense to make a video. So, Amazon interview, can you push it back? Now, before I go on, please do like this video so that other candidates can benefit from it. From a policy and process point of view, yes, of course you can push back your Amazon interview. But as always, there are some nuances you really need to think about. Firstly, as I've covered in other videos, Amazon has a first past the post process. Essentially, that means, unlike other companies, Amazon isn't stacking candidates up to compare against each other. Amazon has a predefined standard that they look for candidates to achieve. The first person who evidences that standard is offered the job. They interview literally like a conveyor belt. So someone could be having their resume reviewed at the same time as someone could be at round one, at the same time as someone could be at final round. That means if you push back your Amazon interview, you do run the risk of being pipped at the post. Oh, hang on. I always wonder if these expressions are a little bit English, so I'm really sorry if that makes no sense to you. You run the risk of someone going to loop before you and showing that they are bar raising and then being offered the job. Door's about to slam, my husband's just walked in. There we go. Secondly, to think about is in terms of your pushing back your Amazon interview, it's about how close you are to the actual interview. From your interviewer's point of view, actually, they really don't care so much. They probably won't even be thinking about you or your interview until about 30 minutes before they're due to speak to you. Now, I know that sounds a little bit deflating from a candidate's point of view. You've been preparing for weeks and the person you're going to meet hasn't thought twice about you, but I am afraid that is the way it is. But my point here is that you don't need to worry about upsetting your interviewers. In truth, they'll probably be quite happy to have the time back in their diary, but it's a little bit different for the recruiter. It has taken them a lot of effort to get that interview booked in, especially if it's a loop, panel, final stage, whatever you're calling it. So, if we're talking about having, let's say, less than 72 hours to go, I'd suggest you really think about it carefully. Your recruiter doesn't make any hiring decisions, sure, but without the recruiter, you're not going to get a new date scheduled. If the recruiter feels you are unreliable, they may just decide that you just are not worth the effort. Now, obviously, there are times when last-minute things crop up and there's really nothing you can do about it. So, in those cases where you absolutely have to postpone, that's fine. Just make sure you explain what's happened to the recruiter, apologize profusely, and be as flexible as possible for any new dates. Now, all of that said, at Day One Careers, we advise that if you really don't feel ready, then it is better to push back your Amazon interview than to totally flunk it. A flunked Amazon interview won't end all hopes of ever working there, but unsurprisingly, it's better to not have flunked interviews on your record than flunked ones. In that scenario, we recommend you don't make excuses. You are totally honest with your recruiter as to why you want to push it back. They will absolutely appreciate the ownership and the high standards that decision is demonstrating. So that's it. That's the answer to Amazon interview, can you push it back? I hope you found this useful. Please do give us a thumbs up and or drop a comment below. I'm gonna go check on my husband now. Now what you need to do is click the link here to claim your free Day One Careers Customer Obsession Taster course. Watch that and you'll nail every customer obsession question asked of you in your Amazon interview. Or If you want to do that a little bit later, why don't you check out more here of our incredible insights and advice on Amazon interview preparation.